Welcome back to Woodchester Koi for part 2 of the Crouch Valley Koi Show. So we're going to be going through the second part of this, second instalment, where we're going to be looking at the Vats. We've got all of the winners, so I'm going to be going through the Vats with you and explaining to you which ones won, so as we waited for that this time around. And I've also got a nice section with one of the members again, Pondy himself, giving us the sort of do's and don'ts and some tips for how to prepare for a show and what they have to go through from a personal level in terms of the fish, how they get them ready. And there's also a little bit of information about an auction that will be happening with the Crouch Valley guys, which they do every year in September. So hopefully you find that interesting. As ever guys, please do give us a like, please do give us a subscribe if you haven't already. We have hit the 1,000 subscribers mark, so thank you very much for all of your support. Really chuffed to bits with that, and we'll be looking at doing a giveaway in future. I'm thinking, as I said before, about giving away a 55-60 centimetre fish. So if you've got any thoughts on that, opinions, then drop it down below. But without further ado, let's get on with today's video. I hope you enjoy. Right then, Mr. Pondy, as you're affectionately known, we've done obviously what it takes for the club and everything to put the show together. You know, the pain that you've been through all week. But what I'd like to know a little bit more about is exactly what you personally have to do. So obviously you've got your own show vat. We're standing away from that at the moment, so the judges don't know it's his because it all has to be impartial. But what do you have to do in the lead up to a show? When does your prep start? Talk me through it.
My prep will normally start, well, you always prep it because you're making sure that your fish are always healthy. And obviously when the temperature's up, you're feeding multiple times a day. High protein food in the summer, and in the spring and in the autumn we go down to wheat germ food. Me personally, I feed wheat germ all the way through the year in a mix with some protein. I don't feed any colour food because I like to keep my whites white, and also I find that the colour, for some reason, in my pond, and everyone's ponds are different, it takes away some of the sheen and the metallics. So I tend to feed a mix of protein food and wheat germ, and that way when I come into the autumn or in the spring, the fish are used to the wheat germ in it, so you just take away the protein. So for me it's an easier way to flow them through from what they are. On a build up to a show, and certainly most part of the year, I feed at least once a week a mix of pearl barley. So I mix it up in a flask with some honey and some garlic. Yep. The honey being the attractant for them, the garlic is great for their skin. And the pearl barley, if you look at what it does for us, it detoxifies the skin. So it's something that we use in there, because okay, well, if it helps our skin, it must do wonders for theirs. Yep. And there's many people in the hobby that use the pearl barley. So just as a filler, and it fills them up, and the parcel processes quite well. It's just another tip which we've picked up over the years, which helps. Well, that's it. You said you've been showing since '95, so to get these little golden nuggets of information are great. I mean, you're always getting, well, what I do. You'll always get plenty of people who tell you you're talking absolute rubbish, don't know what you're doing, but like you said, it's what works for you, so that's the main thing. So on the build up to a show, obviously we're always keeping healthy. I do tend, we obviously stop feeding before a show for a week before. But on the build up to that, I stop personally the protein about a month before the show. I tend to stop on the protein, unless we've got really hot days and you know you're getting your growth out of it, you need to just maximise it. Yeah. But I tend to just ease back and just go onto the wheat germ food. It's a basic food. It's feeding through, and for me, it's flushing through the skins and different things like that. I would, about 2 weeks before the show, I would just do a basic fluke treatment. What it is, I want to know that my fish are going to be okay when they go in the vat. I don't want jumping, flashing, flicking, or something that might be a gill fluke, which might just be around. Everyone has the bugs. Yep. You just don't want to have a flush just beforehand. So yeah, so a few weeks beforehand, I will do a fluke treatment, just so I know they're settled. What's your fluke treatment of choice? It depends, because flukes are alive. They're a live organism, so you need to change it. So if you're using flubanol or flubanol-based fluke treatment, and you find also it doesn't work, you need to change what you're treating to a parasite-based fluke treatment. The same way you would do blanket weed. If you're treating blanket weed, you're treating this one type, and then all of a sudden that will stop working, you find another blanket treatment and just swap it. You're just trying to confuse it, because it's alive. Yeah, so you do the same. Stopping adapting to it and becoming resistant. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So that's what we do. And to be honest, in a nutshell, that's it. What I tend to do for a show wise, when they're not feeding, the smaller fish, a night before I bring them to the show, I tend to put them into a vat, which I've already got prepped with good water in it, only because it's normally about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when I have to catch them up,
to bring my fish to a show, and all the little ones in a big pond are a lot easier to catch out of a vat.
So you're bagging them at literally the dead of night almost?
I don't actually bag. What I do, I use a zippy in the back of my van.
Yeah.
And what a zippy is, it's like a vat, like just a square vat. Got zips onto the middle of it, and I run air pump into it, so it's got an air ring at the bottom. For me, I haven't got to worry about any bag rub or anything like that. All my large fish can go in the large zippy, and I've got a smaller zippy which puts the 2 into it. But that's okay if you've got a vehicle that can travel it. So I find the only downside to that is that if you're at a show where you've either got to walk quite a distance with them, you'll carry it.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than your boxes, which you can stack and trolley them through.
So how much water's in it? You'd be able to carry it?
Well, you don't carry that, you carry the bag. You bring the fish out from the zippy into a sock
right,
or a bag.
gotcha. Sorry, yeah.
And then you carry that into
I was going to say, how are you carrying it? How strong are you?
It's probably the best part of a ton in weight.
No, you're not carrying that.
So, yeah, with the amount of water, it will sit at about a ton. That's what my van can hold. So tipping it through. But the other thing you can't do is you can't acclimatise your fish. So if you're at a temperature where you're, say, at home, you might be at 19 degrees. If the show's at 16, 17, you're going to have an issue bringing fish straight out of that temperature into a cooler show day.
Yeah. So
you don't get the chance to sit and let them float and let them acclimatise. So you have to make sure your pond can come down.
Yeah. For
whatever way, you've got to get similar temperatures to the ponds.
But again, you just found what you prefer because you don't get the bag rub, but the downside is you've got the acclimatisation problem.
Yeah. But this year, for this show, it's in a greenhouse. You all know your temperature is going to be up.
Yep.
So you're always going to benefit by being able to come up and go into a warmer temperature.
Lovely. And so what day did the fish arrive?
I like to bring my fish in as early as I can on the Friday morning before a show.
Yep.
That way it gives them as much time to settle before they get judged on Saturday. Also, most of the shows in here I'm always helping to bench, we spoke about earlier. So my fish are in, settled, I'm happy. I can then get on with my show duties, my prep, whatever I'm doing within the club, the benching, and I haven't got to worry about mine.
So all in all, it's a hectic week. Not just setting up the show, but it's also bringing your own fish down, makes it even more stressful.
Planning. I can't say planning. I'm a list man. So you write lots of lists and a plan. I'm doing this on this day, doing that on that day. Get the zippy filled up the night before. Get the oxygen in there so you're all prepped. Got plenty of dechlor if you need it.
Yeah.
So I'm.
And then come Sunday evening, show's done. Judges have awarded their prizes. When do these guys go home?
Once the judging's done, we can't leave here till after the public leave.
Yep.
So when the garden centre shuts at 4, we de-bench. And obviously, normally I'm tending to helping people that have got to bag up first, because it's a lot quicker and easier to suck a fish and walk to your van and put it into a pre-fill which you fill on the day.
Yeah. Match the temperature, job done.
Yeah, well, your chances are you take water, fresh water from here, which is already temperature anyway.
What they're used to as well.
So I'll fill my zippy up by Sunday morning with the air in it. So I've got a charger in the van, charger pumps. And then I'm at temperature, I've dechlored the water in the zippy as well. So my fish can come straight from here, straight into there, and I'm away. So normally about 5, 6 o'clock fishing, we get fish away. Depends how much I'm helping with the breakdown of the show before I take the fish home.
And then so in terms of the show, how long are they breaking that down for?
They break this one, we get many hands make light work. We're lucky with the club, we get club members that aren't even showing, turn up on the Sunday evening, and we help to at least get the vats down so they're drying overnight. By that we get them over the sides of fences and things like that, so they're drying through, we wipe them through, because you don't want to put them away wet. You'll get mildew, you get fungus, and you get all sorts of problems on the vats.
Yep.
So we like to dry them away before we fold them up and put them away. But most of the work, they break the back with the vats on the Sunday night, draining out all the water that they can, and then they pack it all up and take it back up to the lock up on the Monday. So by Monday, normally about 3, 4 o'clock, most shows are actually boxed up and completely gone away.
Impressive when it's such a big event and then it's just gone literally with a click of a finger, isn't it, almost?
I'd like to think it was like that, but it's bloody hard work with a lot of
well, yeah, it seems like the club's quite good in pulling together, like you said, even without the show members there.
But then that's what makes the club a club.
Yeah. And then last question for you. Any tips for those who are thinking about showing, haven't shown before, other than just have fun and don't stress about it? Any real...
Don't do it. No,
don't do it.
If you're really intent on doing it, I would suggest you can learn so much by joining a club. Join a club, join your local club. People there have got years and years of knowledge, more than I've even got. And you're intent on doing a show, try some of the smaller shows. You haven't got to come in with something show-stopping. You're showing what you love. But it's nice to see how that compares with other people's. Some of the size ones in here, they're 15, 16 centimetres, are babies.
Yeah,
they're never going to be completed. But if you like that fish and you like to see it get on the show, give it a go. It costs about, most shows are between £25 and £50 for the vat for you to show. Yeah, you get here, you can come here, you haven't got to have a vat full of fish, you can have half a dozen fish or whatever that you like out of your pond, bring them here, see how they get on with the others. They're judged to the same standard of what they should be to that particular koi. Each type of category will have his own standards. But it is literally supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be enjoyed. It's probably one of the best parts of our hobby. Certainly, this is the biggest part of our show year, our club year, is this show.
Well, it's nice as well for people who aren't able to keep fish like we're standing over here. They get to see them as well, which I think is a big thing. Because not everybody has a pond that they can keep in several 90-centimetre fish. So
I mean, this guy's, I think this is only second year he's shown. So he's caught 3 fish, which you think are very nice fish.
and one that I think we're talking about that could be potential grand champion, depending on how the judges view it. So
he's got, they're saying he's got a lot of stuff to it. He's got a lot to do still, but he's keeping it well. It's looking good.
And if people want to join the club, how do they get in touch with you? Got a website?
On the website, yeah, you can join the club forms. But what we suggest is don't just pay your money and join as a membership. Come to one of our meetings. Come to a couple of meetings. We'll let you do 2 or 3 meetings. Make sure it's what you want. You know, it's 25 quid for a year. And there's so much information, so much knowledge within it. We meet on the 3rd Wednesday night of every month from 8 till 10 in Lickford. All the addresses are on the website. Come down, see what we're like as a bunch of people. I know everyone says we're a friendly club. I'd like to think we are. At times everyone gets, things can get fraught, shall we say. But that's life. You know, everybody has their own agendas. But yeah, come down. We have a good laugh. There's some nice trips out through the year. It's not just the show or the auction. They get various. I know they're talking to go to the Holiday Koi show next year as a club. So they'll arrange a coach and we'll all go together.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, I can vouch for that for the people I've met today and this weekend. They've all been fantastic. Some great characters as well. Apart from that dodgy northern bloke. Avoid him, but...
Yeah, I would know.
Right, so here we go then. Let's get around all the show vats. So we're going to do this in vat order, and we're going to start off obviously with vat number 1. We'll spend a little bit of time over each vat, look at the fish. I won't talk about all of them, but just try and give you an idea of what's in here. So this particular vat, I really like this vat because it's just again showing you how you can take some smaller fish. I mean, there's some very small ones in here and still put them in a show vat. You still have a chance of competing because of the class sizes. So these will all form the smallest class. Well, sorry, not all of them, but a lot of the smaller ones will. A really nice Matsu Kawabaki there. And then as you can see, quite difficult to picture, I think, when we was looking at these because they are so small, some of them. But again, all benched in exactly the same way as everything else. So it just shows it is accessible for everybody, no matter what type of fish you've got, no matter what size they are. And then there's some lovely kahaku, lovely Deutsch kahaku particularly. I think was my favourite in this one. And a little Achiba as well was cracking. So vat number 2. So we've seen this vat a couple of times already if you've watched the previous video. If you haven't, go back and have a look at it. Really interesting sort of behind the scenes of this show. But yeah, that Deutsch shower is very, very nice. As are a number of the others near the Becco. The Deutsch Becco is pretty cool. Some nice Sankies. Yeah, he knows how to pick a fish. Does old Lawrence. He's a big Kahako over the back, which he said has served him well for a couple of years. He's got his big Achiba. Doesn't have his big Hiyatsuri with him this year, but she'll be making an appearance, I'd imagine, in the not too distant future. So some lovely looking pieces. And again, we'll have a look at the board. If you want to stop and pause on these so you can see them, try to get as much information on them as possible. Appreciate not everybody gets to these, so again, you can stop and have a look and work out what you want to work from them. And that is vat number 2. So moving on to vat number 3, another Crouch Valley Koi member, Gary. Absolutely full of it. No, I'm joking. This is a lovely vat. He's got a golden corn in here, particularly the Tancho obviously speaks for itself. But there's a golden corn in here that's, I think, it's probably the biggest one I've seen and one of the best developed ones I've seen in the flesh. Obviously, I know all the rage at the moment in Tosai, but it's nice to see a nice big one. And that Benny Kiko as well is absolutely top draw. For me personally, I think it's one of the best Deutsch ones in the show, but the judges obviously see differently. But yeah, that golden corn, and I've got the owner of that has given me the initial video, so I can show you how it's developed, from what it came from to what it's got into, which is pretty cool. But it's an absolute
beast, and just the scalation on it and the colour is just fantastic. As I said, that was vat number 3. And again, you can pause on these if you want to. So here we are, vat number 4. All hiding over the back, which is always nice and helpful. Obviously the air stones are there, so they like to congregate, especially the smaller ones around the air stones, but we'll get in, we'll see some of them. Lovely Kajaku in here, a nice Benny Kiko as well, a nice Asagi, if that's your thing. What to me looks like a Kin Showa as well, don't see many of those. Actually something that I'm discovering I like an awful lot, but they are a rare beast in decent quality. Nice Yamabuki there as well. So yeah, some really nice selection of fish.
And then we've got little rubber bag on each one. So as you take the plants off, you feed them straight in the milk bag like that. And for that way you guys can get with it. So you look at it, still the same.
Okay, so we move on to vat 5, and the first of our vats with a winner. Well, not just a winner, we've got several winners in here. So you'll see that Makashi Ogon there, that is your jumbo champion for 2024. You'll see that Showa, which I spoke about in the preview, sort of not preview, the behind the scenes video for this, which I really liked, and apparently the owner was thinking of getting rid of, but it has taken best Showa, and I think it's an absolutely quality fish. So lovely, lovely, lovely fish there. You've got the Benny Boy, which has taken best Karawari Mono, and then you've also got the Keith Holmes Award has gone to this vat as well. So yeah, look at that Showa. That is personally one of my favourite shows I saw at the show, notwithstanding the big one in one of the other vats. But there you go, there are your winners for vat number 5. So vat number 6 we move on to. Lovely Goshiki in here, really, really nice. Couple of really nice Kahakus as well, of different sizes, and also you've got a lovely Showa there, which I think is pretty neat. That Showa is, yeah, it was Doitsu as well. Very, very good to me. It hasn't won, which has surprised me a lot. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously where you get into the realms of what the judges are looking at, and I'm no judge and no expert in that sense. I'm just picking what the fish I like. I think that's a really nice Showa, and I'm quite surprised, obviously, what we was talking about with Pondi, that the Showa in the previous vat took best Showa, because it's got a lot of sumi development to do. It's a cracking fish, to get me wrong, cracking, and it's going to be one of the best Showas I think you'll see, but I thought they was looking at them as in today, and that looks more finished to me. But what do I know? I'm just a poxy YouTuber having a look. But yeah, there you go. That's vat number 6 for you. So moving on to vat number 7, and you've got the Sankey in here, the pretty sizable Sankey. Lovely, really nice. I'm not, as you all know, I'm more of a fan of Showas, but that Sankey's pretty nice. Really like that. Kaku, lovely 3-step one. Having a little scratch there, and then obviously you've got the Showa as well. So again, you're seeing all the way through this how that people are taking different amounts of fish. They're spending their points differently. Obviously the bigger fish, they take more points and more room in the vat, so you're able to take less with you. But yeah, focusing on the quality over quantity, and some others will go and try and spread it around a bit more. So anyway, vat number 8 we're on to. Lovely Tancho Showa in here. That was a bit of me. Really like that. Again, judges haven't deemed anything in here to take one of the champion awards. As I said, I'm not going through the second and best in class and third places and all that stuff, so it's literally just the champion awards I'm going to do this time. If you are interested in seeing more around that for future ones, then let me know, drop it in the comments, and I can certainly take that into consideration. You can't really see just off screen here because I've zoomed in, but just below us there was what looked to me like a Kin. Yeah, is that a Kin Showa, or would you say that's a Kin He? Well, no, Kin He Showa. Yeah, it's got white on the body, but pretty nice the way the colour stands out on it anyway. But that's the metallic element that I seem to have developed along with the Ginrin lately. Maybe something to do with the growing show, but there you go. Anyway, that's vat number 8, ladies and gents. So we move on to vat number 9. Now this is, I think I'm going to come to no surprise to anybody that this vat is absolutely cleaned up. So you've got the large shower, and you can go back and look at on the behind the scenes video where we discussed this vat in detail. You've got the large Shiro Yutsuri, and you've also got a fairly sizable Kohaku as well. So the Kohaku has taken adult champion and best Kohaku. The Shiro Yutsuri has taken the best non-Go Sankey award, and the Showa has taken grand champion award, which I think you'll probably all agree with me comes as absolutely zero surprise, because they are stunning. Look at the size, the shape, the quality of the skin, absolutely brilliant. And again with the Showa, obviously it's been moved, it's a large fish, it's a little bit stressed out and it's Soroji as you'd expect, but it just shows that the judges can look past some of the transportation issues that are caused, because that is one beast of a fish. Yeah, lovely. And there's the Kohaku. So the owner of this vat has absolutely cleaned up. Well done, well done, and thank you for sharing them. I appreciate the effort it takes to probably transport fish like that, so thank you very much. And there's the ID plaque for you. So we move on to vat number 10. And vat number 10 is housing a pretty nice Shiro Yutsuri, I think. That's going to be one to watch in years to come as well, because the sumi on it looks like ink. It's got a little bit more development to do. Pretty well balanced. Not perfect, but very, very nice nonetheless. Nice Kohaku. You've got a pretty nice Goshiki. That's going to carry on developing as well. So some absolutely cracking pieces in this one as well. Good representation of some Deutz fish as well. Across the board is another one for us here. But it's nice to see some Deutz getting. I know that generally the body shapes can be a bit harder to get whether people want them. So, and there's your ID plaque for vat number 10. Into vat number 11, where we've got another sizable Sankey and a very heavy Go Sankey pond with only the Yamabuki to break it up. But yeah, some lovely ones in there. Quite surprised. I mean, obviously it's quite a hot contest. There's a lot of competition going on. Not one of the top awards came this way, but then you probably couldn't argue with some of the previous ones that you've seen that these were just a smidge in front of them. But let's not take anything away from them. There's some cracking ones in here as well. Absolutely cracking. The quality of the Benny on some of them is just nuts. Lovely shape on the Yamabuki as well. That Kohaku, the way it's evenly down the back of the dorsal fin either side with the 4 spots. Shame that last bit above the tail joins. It would really stand out, wouldn't it? And there's your plaque, your ID plaque for vat number 11. Right, we're at vat number 12. So, vat number 12 is the next of our award-winning vats. So in here we have got the mature champion, which is that Kohaku beast you have just seen, and you have also got the best Asagi stroke Shishiri, has been taken by that magnificent piece over there. So they have taken those awards, and I think you'll agree, pretty special. Again, some lovely fish near that Shiro as well. Very close. I mean, again, and obviously Go Sankey generally seems to win anything, but that Shiro Yutsuri being Doitsu as well looks pretty nice. But yeah, these two pretty special. And there's your ID plaque for vat number 12. Alright, as we sneak round the corner to vat number 13, which does again house another one of our award winners. So this one has taken, and I think Pondy tipped this as well, it won best show at another show, and then this one it has won best Doitsu. So it is the size 5 Doitsu Showa that is lurking in the depths. Again, if you watch the behind the scenes video, you'll see us talk about this one quite a lot, but there it is, just over the back. So that has won best Doitsu at the show, and it is very nice, very clean. The way the colours and all the where they sort of mix together and stand out nicely. Nice neat edges between them. A nice Koshiki in here as well, and lovely Kajaku. And there's your Showa again that has taken top spot. Got some nice fish in this vat, very nice fish. Another Koshiki over there, a couple of Sankis. And there's your Showa that has taken number 1. Best Doitsu. So we move on to vat number 14. Again, some lovely Kahakus in here. Lovely Shishui as well. Really nice. And a pretty neat Kajaku. No top spots in here. But again, you can see how fierce the competition is. I mean, that Kajaku that's just gone underneath us is pretty nice. It's probably pattern wise, it's just the fact it's too broken. I'd imagine it needs some, in terms of the larger areas, it probably needs to have sort of more orange down it, but smaller areas. More similar to this one, but both of them are really nice. I'm probably thinking from a judge's point of view is what they're looking at with that type of stuff. But again, happily would have them in my pond. And there's your ID plaque for vat number 14. So vat number 15 for you. Some smaller entries in this one again. Similar to vat number 1 we said about, where there's some smaller fish in there, but some really nice ones. That Ginrin on that Benigoi is lovely. It's very similar to one I've got at home. Actually the start of the video that you'll see. Some nice Gosanki as well. So some fish in here that I think probably be returning when they've put a bit more size. That Shiro, that is top draw. Very nice. Very nice. They're eager to see what that ends up like as it grows. There's a Soroji comes in as well. Really nice. So that's vat number 15 for you. So vat number 16. Again, you've got some smaller ones in here. Some really nice Doitsu, pretty big chag there. Needs a little bit, probably more body on him as he gets bigger, but it looks fairly young, very long. A nice bit of Ginrin as well. So nice to see. It's people pick different things, don't they? Like, people prefer different things in their ponds. So I don't think you're ever going to get away from the shows, and that's all of them probably being more Gosanki dominated, because that is everyone's favourite. So, but it is nice to see some different ones in there. That Benikamornu is nice as well. I love watching them change and develop. But so vat number 17 is the next of our winners. Now, for those of you who watched the behind the scenes, you would have seen Pondy give his tip for the size 2 Kahako in here taking baby champ. Well, without further ado, he was spot on. So he does know what he's talking about. Imagine that. So the Kahaka that you've seen there just going through the airstream has taken the baby champion award, and it is very nice, as we sort of discussed in the previous video, how crisp its Sashi and Kiwa was, how the colour stood out, and the Shiro in here I thought was pretty nice as well, but that didn't win best non-Gosanki because it had that other monster to compete with. So that's vat number 17. Moving into vat number 18. Again, you've got some lovely Gosanki in here. Pretty big Showa. Although interesting, obviously, from what Pondy was talking about in the previous video, that Showa doesn't have all 3 colours on its head, so that probably didn't fare too well in the judge's eye. I like it, but you know, and like I said before, it's very different what you're looking at when you're thinking about these fish on the day, as opposed to picking them out of vat to keep in your pond and grow on. But there's your ID plaque for vat number 18. So vat number 19. You've got a nice mix again, different fish. Nice Tancho Sanki in this one. A nice, I want to say off the top of my head, yeah, this was the one. This is the personally would have thought this maybe got most unique. In actual fact, I don't think I have most unique winner down. So this is a Aragoki Kahaku. So I haven't seen one before. The Benny's really good in it, the body shape's really good in it, and obviously you've got the Aragoki scalation all over it as well. So that is pretty impressive, different, not something you see much of at all. So really interesting, and that's that number 19's ID card for you. So this is VAT number 20 for you, and this is the next of the award winners. So this has the Young Champion Award, and that has gone to the size 3 Sankey, which is actually over the back right. Not this one, there's a shower here. You'll see it as we just pan right in a moment. Some really nice pieces in here as well. Really nice, look at the gimrin on that. But that's your size 3 Sankey that has taken the Young Champ Award, on top right of the ID plaque there. There he is. Okay, so on to VAT number 21. This VAT actually I think is very, very nice. Top quality fish in there. I believe this is the individual who's put these ones in here. It's their first attempt at a show, so hats off to you, sir or madam. There's really, really nice duets, and clearly duets is one of your favourite ones, I think, but the colours on here are very vibrant, and as typically, as I'm trying to film them, they've all dived into the airstream, but really, really nice. So I look forward to seeing these again in future. I think it just shows how strong the competition was for the best Doitsu award as well, because these must have been right in there, especially that Sankey and that Kahaku in particular. And the Goshiki is very, very nice as well with that floating Benny. So yeah, really nice that VAT. One of my favourite ones. Really nice. So there's your ID plaque for VAT 21. So here you are at VAT 22. It's funny actually, first of all, one that stood out to me, and it was just the Platinum Ogon. It was very, very vibrant. Its skin quality just sort of catches your eye as soon as you hit the VAT. And there's some very nice showers in here, so Go Sankeys as well. So that Ogon, I think it was Ginrin. It's very nice. Nice Chiba as well. Nice Ginrin Kahaku. Lovely, lovely. Look at that. For a Ginrin Sankey. So VAT number 23, nice achiever in this one, again with a nice range of Kahakus. You can just see the amount of competition there would have been between the different Kahakus and Go Sankeys in this. So to have won one would have been pretty special. Like I say, one of the smaller shows, but the competition has been fierce when you looked at some of these VATs. And a nice Yamabuki there to, don't know if people put those in to maybe break up the the colours, but the Achiba in here is pretty nice as well. So absolutely stunning. Look at that. Who wouldn't want that in their pond? So you got VAT number 24. With this one's got a very nice Shisui in. I believe this is actually the dad versus daughter VAT, and this is the daughter's one. Yeah, it's a very nice fish in here. Like the Tancho, there's a nice Garoma over there. Couple of Showers, Sankeys. The Key Yatsuri as well. Not seen many of those represented. Yeah, very, very nice. So VAT number 25, so the penultimate of the VATs. And again, you've got some really nice ones in here. Just to back up, so a Goromo in here, didn't see many of those. I think there was the little one in the little girl's VAT previously we looked at. I don't recall seeing other ones in there, so some different representation again. As we spoke about before, the shows are cut up into different categories, so multiple fish go into one category. I think there's 13 categories in total. If you want to know more about that, go check out the previous video of the behind the scenes, they explain that. But there's your ID plaque for vat number 25. Which moves us on to vat 26. So last but by very means not least, this is the final vat that was obviously judged and competing against everything else, and again straight away you will see some very clean kahakus and some very other clean gosankis. My personal favourite in this one is actually that Ginrin shower. Look forward to seeing what that does as it grows. But some very nice fish on display. The Yamabuki there. Wasn't so keen on this one. There wasn't enough sumi down the back for me on the Deutz Tancho Sanki. And there's your ID plaque for vat number 26. The last thing we're going to look at is Pondy explained to us about the auction that the club gets at the end of the day.
On a Saturday night, to give something back to the club, we have a bit of a barbecue, all the members and our lot, have a little drink, get social, and what we do, we have our own little koi auction. Now these 4 fish have been donated by 4 of the koi dealers here. We've got Carp Co, Koi Carp UK, Akana Koi, and the other one is from a dealer which isn't here, which is Select Nishikigura. So we'll auction these between ourselves. We'll have a little bit of banter and have a bit of laugh, and we'll see what money we can raise between us for the club. So these have just been nicely donated by those dealers.
Lovely.
So which is a nice little bounce back to the club.
Yeah, lovely. And that is a golden corn.
That is a golden corn, 1 kahaku, 1 Ginrin chegoi, and a shoa.
Cool. And
selection.
On the auction front, I saw there's a poster for another auction that is held at the end of September.
Yeah, we have an auction in September, which is a club auction. You have to be a club member to sell your fish.
Yep.
But anyone can come and buy. So there's fish here from £5 to £10 up to.
And there's only £3 entry and there's no commission. Is that right?
That's it. Yep. So we pay because we're selling. This is a members' way. We can sell any fish that we're moving on. So if it hasn't quite made the coloration for a showfish, and that's what you want, showfish, or sometimes they lose the colour. So you might have one that's lost a little bit of where you wanted it. Not quite right. So it's a chance for us to move fish on, so it allows us to buy new ones. So we sell also, you get some cheap fish in there. I think the dearest fish we've ever sold is like 500-600 quid there. So as far as koi carp go,
you get some pretty good bargains.
You get some good bargains. And that's set here in September.
Lovely.
But that's on our club website as well. That'll tell you all about our auction.
Perfect. So, just in reference to the auction that Pondy was just talking about there, so the club host every year in September. This year it'll be September 29th actually, at the same venue that the show is held at. They do have a auction that the members put their fish into, so this is your chance to buy some of the ex-show fish, any fish that they're moving on because they've obviously finished with what they want to do with them, etc. It's free to get in, and it's a great opportunity for you to have a look at something and get different. So that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that. Again, please do give us a like, please subscribe, and drop any comments below. Again, over the course of that show, I've tried to do things a little bit differently as opposed to just uploading a video of the Vats and that be the end of it. So we've gone through behind the scenes, and we've gone through obviously all of the winners in each individual Vat as well. Big thank you again to Crouch Valley Koi Club for letting us behind the scenes when they're very busy. And until next time, guys, take care, and I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.